Hello to everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Again, please do say hello in the chat so that I can interact with you throughout our time here tonight. I see Murtis. Hi, Murtis. I see Colleen. Hey, Coach Colleen. I see Chris. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you. All right, so tonight's topic, just move this up here. So for those of you, first off, for those of you that are new inside of this community, if this is your first time watching a live, or maybe you're coming back to watch it on replay, welcome. And we are excited that you are here. My name is Candace Spears. I am the host in this community. I am a serial entrepreneur, do a little bit of real estate. Of course, I focus a lot of time right now on coaching corporate women on how to make their leap into full-time entrepreneurship, a mommy, and a bunch of other stuff. So every Thursday, and I see Karen is in the house. Hi, Karen. And I see Shy, I hope I'm saying your name right, is also in the house. Hello, Lisa. Hello. I see some accelerator ladies tonight, so yes. So what we're talking about tonight, and again, for those of you who are not familiar with the lives, what I do inside of this group, in the Escape Corporate group, is generally every Thursday, I'll show up with just a little something to help you along your journey. So this entire month of May, we are talking about the 4 commandments of investing in you. And if you have not gotten a chance to see the other 2, again, I can never, the titles never come back to my mind immediately. But if you haven't got the chance to see the other 2, just take a look along the feed. We get it tagged and hashtag live training. But go ahead and just take a look along the feed and you can see those previous ones. But today we are talking all about a commandment that I always find to be a very interesting one. And generally I find it to be an interesting one whenever I may either be in a conversation with someone or sometimes I hear a mindset thing come up. So that's what we're going to talk about. Now, before we jump into that, just another quick hello to some of the other ladies that are joining us. Marissa, hello. We're so excited that you're here. And Dahlia or Delilah, so glad that you are here too. All right, this particular commandment. So I call it investing in you like you expect others to invest with you. Now, just really quickly in the chat, I want you to just drop for me. Now, a lot of you are newer entrepreneurs, right? And those of you that are in the accelerator, I'm pretty familiar with where you are or where you're going in terms of your offer. However, if there are any of you out there who have already started to create something that you want to sell, my question to you is this. Have you thought about a price point that has just scared you and you backed away from it? So if that is true, if you have something that you're already selling or that you think about selling and that you've thought about a price point but you've backed away from it, type a yes in the chat. If you haven't and you haven't even got there, just nope, haven't got there yet. But if you have created something that you've shied away from, wanted to sell it at one price, but shied away from it and said, either, oh, they can't afford this or that, whatever was going on in your mind, then just drop a yep in the chat or a no. So when we talk about this particular commandment, one of the principles that I have started to live by and started to live by it on a major front and not just in the investing front. And I do see some of these answers coming in. I'll come back to that in just a second. So one of the things that I've started to live by is, I'm trying to think of the phrase. It's almost like, it's not a treat others like you want to be treated, but it's be the customer or client that you expect to have. So being the client or customer that you expect to have, first off, if that just rings any type of bell for you, drop me some type of emoji in the chat, whatever it is. So being the type of client or customer that you expect to have. Does that ring any bells for anybody? Just drop an emoji in the chat if it does. So when I think about that particular thing, I think about it across a number of fronts, right? I think about it in terms of Of course, when I'm investing in things, I'm always considering the ROI. We talked about that. I'm always considering, okay, if I expect this at this level from somebody, then why wouldn't I expect myself to act in the same manner, right? When I'm thinking about showing up at appointments that I have scheduled for people or scheduled with people, when I'm thinking about the type of support I expect to receive or the courtesies I extend. So think about this, and this is how it relates back to your offer. Okay, so I see that this is ringing some bells for people, so that's fantastic. Now, we're going to talk about how this relates back to your offer. So for those of you that I see you've dropped in the chat here, there's a lot of you who thought about, ooh, I would set a price of whatever it is, but you said, no, maybe not. Nah, maybe that's just not the way I'm going. This is what I want you to think about. One, aside from not reflecting your own pricing, values, pockets, whatever, on other people, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different topic. But what I want you to think about is this, especially those of you who are looking at, price points that are in the thousands of dollars. And for those of you that know me and know what we do in the accelerator, we definitely talk about having you have offers that are in the thousands of dollars. One, because they're deeper in transformation, right? If designed properly. And two, because you want to get the heck out of corporate. So why play around with small things? But this is the thing that I want you to think about. When it comes to your offer, you cannot, and so don't make this mistake. So write this down because this is the key point. You cannot go in having an expectation of, ooh, I've got this thing that I want to sell, and it is valuable, and it's transformational, and this price point is scary, but I'm going to put it out there anyway, and that's fine. But what you can't do is then when you are faced with making an investment in you that feels like the same investment that your client is making in themselves, when you go into oh no, maybe not, oh no, but have an expectation of your client, your customer, there becomes a bit of mismatch. So here's where, when I talk about invest in you, like you expect others to invest with you, never make the mistake of saying, oh, I'm going to put this out here for this, but I would never really do that for myself. Because one, what you're modeling and setting up, whether your client or customer knows it or not, what you're modeling is a behavior of, I don't really believe enough in where I think this thing is going to get me. And whether or not, that type of thing shows up. It's almost like being a hypocrite, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's almost like being a hypocrite to say, hey, here, client or customer, I can get you this amazing transformation, and here's this price point. I would never do this type of thing for myself, but this is what I expect for you. So when you think about investing in you, also think about, right? Remember the first one, what was the first commandment we talked about? I can't remember. I know the second one was investing with expectation, and one of them was around knowing your destination. And then your third one is invest in you like you expect others to invest with you. And for those of you that kind of pulled your hand back and said, ooh, I thought about this thing, but I don't know. Maybe it's too pricey, or I could never do that, or whatever. Raise your own game, okay? So even if that means I find an opportunity to invest in something that I'm thinking about helping my clients with, so that I get the truth and I reset my mindset and I reframe and I help myself step into that bigger place, okay? So if that makes sense to you, just drop a makes sense in the chat, okay? I just want to make sure that you are with me and you have heard very clearly what I'm saying to you. So drop a make sense in the chat if it does. Now, of course, as always, I will leave you with just reflection, because the reality is this: on your journey, right, on your entrepreneurial journey, you have choices to make. And you can obviously choose to go at things alone. And I don't say this from the standpoint that, oh, of course, Candace, you've got an accelerator that will do that. Yeah, we do. But even if I didn't have an accelerator, and there are tons of programs out there to help you along the way, what I want you to think about, though, is think seriously about the investments that you make in you and the investments that you expect other people to make and why you expect them. Because they're definitely valid, right? If you have something that will transform someone's life and you thought about a price tag, when you are super clear on the transformation is going to get them on the other side, never mind that. Just be clear on that transformation, but also be clear and honest with yourself and your own expectations and how you invest in yourself. All right, so I see I'm freezing up again. And guys, I really am telling you, like, me and Spectrum are not getting along. Like, I'm trying to have them put in a new thing here so I can just hardwire straight in. So I do see your message, India. I hope you guys heard. Marissa, makes sense. Awesome. Karen, makes sense. Love it. Love it. And Karen, we're going to do so many awesome things with you. All right. So that is it for tonight. So just take that reflection for you as you think about investing in yourself. Next week, we are going to be doing the last commandment. And again, I don't have it in front of me, but I'm sure that it is posted in the group, or you will see it soon on what that last commandment is. And as always, keep going on your journey because you ladies are so worth it. Your brilliance, your time, your talent, your identity. Let's unleash it and let it go. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll talk to you again soon.